Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning all. How are you today? I hope you are all in a good health and eager to learn. Before starting the lesson, let's pray together first. Okay, on this occasion we will learn about the equation of the straight line. The learning objectives on this occasion are: first, students can determine the equation of the straight line. 2. Students can draw a graph of a straight line equation. 3. Students can determine the gradient of a straight line.
Here, I will explain the material about the equation of the straight line. But before do you know yet what is meant by the equation of the straight line? Straight line equations are equations that make up a straight line when depicted in the Cartesian field. Like the following picture, we can see a straight line equation chart where there is the field of Cartesius x and y, and the dimensions of the equation that produce both points, namely point A and B. And we see that there is one straight line that connects the 2 points, so the graph on the side can we call a straight line equation chart. While the general shape on the straight line equation is y equals mx plus c, where y and x are variables, m is a gradient or slope of the line, and c is a constant. For example, y equals 5x plus 2. Do you know what is the variables, gradient, and constants? The following equation, we can know that y is a variable, 5 is a gradient, x is a variable, and 2 is a constant. The characteristics of the straight line equation are having a variable that has the highest rank 1 or occurred 1. So, if the variable has a rank of more than 1, the equation is not a straight line equation. Now we have several straight line equations. You know that are straight line equation and that is not a straight line equation? Let's discuss. The first question is y equals x minus 2, where we can see that the value of the variable is x and y have a rank 1. So the first equation is a straight line equation. And the second is 2x plus 7y equals 18. And we also see that the rank of the variable ranks 1 is 2x plus 7y, which is the second equation is a straight line equation. Third equation, x squared equals 6y minus 9. We see that the variable x has a rank of more than 1, which is square, so the third equation is not a straight line equation, or more precisely, the third equation is a quadratic equation. And the last one is x squared minus y squared equals 10. We can also see the variable has the highest rank of 2, so fourth equation is not a straight line equation, or more precisely, the fourth equation is a circle equation. Now, if the problem is x equals 7, x equals 7, it is a straight line equation too. Why? Because the straight line equation may have only one variable, but the variables should not be more than 1. So, the x equals 7 equation is a straight line equation too. Next, I will explain how to draw a straight line equation. The first we have to do is determine the x cut point first. After that, we determine the cut point y, and when we have got both points, that we can connect these 2 points with a straight line. For example, there is a straight line equation for x plus y equals 8. Describe the equation in the field of Cartesius. Then the first step we do is look for a cut point x first by changing the y variable to 0. Then we substitute into the equation for x plus y equals 8. 2 for x plus 0 equals 8, and we get the x equals 2. So the first cut point is 2, 0. Then in the field of Cartesian, we describe the point 2, 0. Next, we determine the y cut point by changing the x variable to 0. For x plus y equals 8, 2 4 multiply 0 plus y equals 8, and we get y equals 8. So the second cut point is 0, 8, 8. Now it has been found 2 pieces of the cut point to 0 and 0, 8. So between these 2 points, we pull the line so that straight line equation graph is formed. So the 4x plus y equals 8 equation is like a following picture. Now I will continue the next material about the gradient. Previously, you already knew what was meant by gradient. I will explain it. What is the gradient? Gradient is a comparison between the component y and component x, or also called slope of line. The symbol of the gradient itself is the letter m. Gradient can be expressed as the slope value of an object or a line. And gradients can be stated in comparison delta y over delta x. Like an example, there is a graph between the comparison of delta y over delta x. We know that delta y has 4 units and delta x there are 4 units. So we get gradients, namely m equals delta y over delta x equals 4 over 4 or 1. And then we also obtain from this graph slash between point A and point B. Next, I will tell how to determine the gradient in the straight line equation. The first time, we first change the equation in the equation of the straight line, namely the y equals mx plus c formula. And the second, we know that the gradient is a number that is in front of the x variable or number in front of the letter x. Alright, after we know how to determine the straight line equation, let's just go into the sample question. The first question is determine the following gradient y equals 5x plus 7. Because the equation besides fulfilling the general shape of the straight line equation, the gradient value is in front of x, so the gradient value is 5. Examples of the second question is 6x plus 2y minus 8 equals 0. Now if we meet this question, what we have to do is turn it into the general form of straight line equation first. Y equals mx plus c. So 6x plus 2y minus 8 equals 0. 2y equals minus 6x plus 8. Y equals minus 6 over 2x plus 8 over 2 plus 8 over 2. Y equals minus 3x plus 4. Then the gradient is minus 3. Here is also have an easy way if you want to know. Let's continue. If the equation ax plus by equals c, we can also find the gradient by using the method m equals minus x over y. 6x plus 2y minus 8 equals 0. 6x plus 2y equals 8. It has fulfilled the equation of ax plus by equals c. The gradient value is m equals minus 6 over 2 equals minus 3. Easy, right? Will the formula used to determine the gradient through point A, x1, y1, and B, x2, y2 is m equals delta y over delta x equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Example, determine the gradient through the following points minus 7, 8, and 4, 2. So we just put it in the formula m equals 2 minus 8 over 4 minus 7 equals minus 6 over 11. So the gradient is minus 6 over 11. Until here, it's already understood, right? And right? Well, let's continue the next material. Now we learn to find a straight line equation to have a gradient m and through point x1, y1. Determine the line equation that has a gradient 8 and through point minus 3, 5. With our discussion to know that m equals 8, x1, y1 equals minus 3, 5. Y minus y1 equals m multiply x minus x1. Y minus 5 equals x minus 3. Y minus 5 equals 8x plus 24. Y equals 8x plus 24 plus 5. Y equals 8x plus 29. So the resolution is y equals 8x plus 29. Next, we will look for a straight line equation through 2 points, namely x1, y1, and x2, y2. The formula we use is y minus y1 over y2 minus y1 equals x minus x1 over x2 minus x1. We just enter the example of the question. Determine the line equation through point minus 1, 5, and 2, 1. So we just go to the discussion. Now x1, y1 equals minus 1, 5, and x2, y2 equals 2, 1. Then we just put it in the formula that is y minus y1 over y2 minus y1 equals x minus x1 over x2 minus x1. So y minus 5 over 1 minus 5 equals x minus 1 over 2 minus 1. Y minus 5 over minus 4 equals x plus 1/3. Then we multiply the cross to be 3 multiply y minus 5 equals minus 4 multiply x plus 1. So 3y minus 15 equals minus 4x minus 4. 3y equals minus 4x minus 4 plus 15. Okay, we will get the results of the straight line equation, that is y equals minus 4 over 3x plus 11/3.
So many of material that I can submit. Less and more, I apologize. Thank you for nice attentions. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.